High above Earth's night side, where the atmosphere meets the void, an invisible vessel sliced through the darkness. The Arxian scout ship Shadowseeker maintained its stealth field as it conducted what should have been a routine survey of yet another primitive world. Commander Nixval, her crystalline form refracting the soft light of her command station, studied the readings with growing unease. "Curious," she murmured, her voice like wind through crystal chimes. Third scan shows the same discrepancy. Her second-in-command, Lieutenant K. Riss, moved closer, his metallic scales catching the blue glow of the holographic displays. "What troubles you, Commander?" "These energy signatures." Nixval gestured at the complex web of data streams flowing before them. "They don't match. Surface readings suggest mid-level atomic power usage, primitive satellite networks, and basic space stations, but these background emissions." She paused, manipulating the display to highlight specific wavelengths. "They suggest something far more advanced." In the heart of UNDF Command, buried deep beneath the Himalayas, Admiral Sarah Chen stood before the Global Defense Council. The massive chamber, carved from living rock and reinforced with quantum-hardened materials, housed representatives from Earth's unified nations. Holographic displays showed real-time tracking of the Arxian vessel, its presence detected by systems that, officially, wouldn't exist for another century. "The Arxians have arrived exactly as predicted," Chen stated, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment. "Operation Silent Guardian is now active." The council members exchanged glances. For 3 generations, humanity had prepared for this moment. The discovery of the Arxian communication beacon in 2157 had changed everything. Instead of announcing themselves to the galaxy, Earth's leaders had made an unprecedented decision: to hide their true capabilities and prepare in secret. "Their scout ship has completed its 3rd sweep," reported Director Marcus Wong of the Technological Concealment Division. "Our quantum masking field is holding. They're seeing exactly what we want them to see." Back on the Shadowseeker, Nixval's unease grew. Something about this planet didn't fit the standard pattern of pre-FTL civilizations. The humans appeared to be just beginning their space age, with primitive chemical rockets and a handful of basic orbital stations. Yet, "Lieutenant, focus our deep scanners on their lunar surface," she ordered. The moon's dark side filled their screens, its cratered surface seemingly bare and lifeless. But as the Shadowseeker's advanced sensors probed deeper, Nixval's crystalline form vibrated with tension. "Impossible," K-Riss whispered. Beneath the lunar surface, their scanners detected vast hollow spaces, their contents hidden by some unknown technology. The energy signatures were like nothing in the Arxian database. In UNDF Command, Admiral Chen watched the Arxian ship's scan patterns with satisfaction. "They're beginning to notice the inconsistencies we planted," she noted. "Prepare Phase 2. Around the solar system, hidden installations stirred to life. In the rings of Saturn, what appeared to be ordinary ice fragments contained advanced weapon platforms. The asteroid belt concealed shipyards that had been producing vessels for decades. Even the sun itself hosted a partial Dyson swarm, disguised as natural solar phenomena." On the Shadowseeker, alarms suddenly blared. "Multiple energy spikes," K-Riss reported, his metallic scales bristling. "Sources unknown." Nixval watched in disbelief as hundreds of objects simultaneously shed their camouflage. Space itself seemed to ripple as advanced stealth fields deactivated, revealing a vast military force that had been hidden in plain sight. "By the first light," she breathed. "It's a trap." Admiral Chen's voice echoed through the quantum-encrypted channels of Earth's hidden fleet. "Operation Silent Guardian. Phase 2 initiated. Show our visitors what humanity has been preparing for the past 75 years." The Shadowseeker's sensors registered the sudden appearance of technologies that should have been impossible for a pre-FTL civilization. Quantum-encrypted communications, dark matter drives, weapons that could reshape space-time itself. "All hands, emergency protocol," Nixval ordered. But it was too late. A focused quantum field enveloped their ship, freezing it in place. Their supposedly undetectable stealth systems had failed against weapons they hadn't known could exist. Admiral Chen stood on the bridge of the UNDF Hyperion, Earth's most advanced vessel, as it decloaked directly above the Shadow Seeker. Her voice, translated perfectly into Arxian, transmitted to the scout ship. "Welcome to Earth, Commander Nixval. We've been expecting you. Your ship and crew will not be harmed, but we have much to discuss about the future relationship between humanity and the Arxian." The first move in humanity's carefully orchestrated emergence onto the galactic stage had begun. 3 generations of preparation, sacrifice, and secrecy had led to this moment. As the Shadow Seeker's crew realized the true extent of their situation, the galaxy's balance of power teetered on the edge of transformation. In the Arxian Empire's capital, the High Command remained unaware that their routine survey had just encountered something unprecedented. A civilization that had chosen to hide its true nature, preparing in secret for the day they would reveal themselves to the stars. The game board was set, the pieces in motion, and humanity's gambit was about to reshape the galaxy in ways no one could have predicted. In the crystal-spired heart of the Arxian Empire's capital world, Arxis Prime, the High Council convened an emergency session. The loss of contact with the Shadow Seeker had triggered protocols dormant for centuries. Supreme Commander Vexlar, his crystalline form pulsing with barely contained energy, addressed the assembled council members. "The humans are not what they appear to be," he declared, projecting the last data burst from the Shadow Seeker. "They have deceived us all." On Earth, within the quantum-shielded chambers of the Himalayan Command Center, Admiral Chen faced a different kind of challenge. The captured Arxian crew watched in stunned silence as she revealed humanity's true history. 75 years ago, Chen explained, her words automatically translated by AI systems far more advanced than anything the Arxians had encountered. "We detected your empire's communication networks. Instead of announcing ourselves, we chose a different path." Nixval, still struggling to process the magnitude of the deception, found her voice. "But the primitive satellites, the chemical rockets, a carefully maintained facade," Chen smiled. "While we showed the galaxy what they expected to see, humanity united in secret. Every nation, every resource, devoted to preparing for this moment. Deep beneath the lunar surface, in facilities that had remained hidden for decades, Director Wong led the Arxian officers through vast chambers that defied their understanding. Quantum computer cores processed data faster than thought. Dark matter reactors powered systems that rewrote the laws of physics. "Impossible," K-Riss whispered, his metallic scales reflecting the blue glow of a containment field holding what appeared to be a miniature star. "Your species should be centuries away from this level of advancement." "Necessity breeds innovation," Wong replied. "When we realized we weren't alone in the galaxy, we also understood we weren't ready for the challenges ahead. But instead of rushing to announce ourselves, we chose patience, preparation, unity." In orbit around Mars, the UNDF Hyperion's quantum sensors detected the arrival of the first Arxian response fleet. Admiral Chen watched the massive warships emerge from faster-than-light travel, their weapons primed for combat. "Right on schedule," she murmured. Around the solar system, humanity's hidden defenses tracked every Arxian vessel. Weapon platforms disguised as asteroids maintained their cover. Fleets hidden in dimensional pockets waited for the signal. On Arxis Prime, Supreme Commander Vexlar received the initial scans of the Sol system. Everything appeared normal, the same primitive civilization they had initially detected. But now he knew better. Somewhere, hidden beneath layers of technological deception, waited a force capable of capturing their most advanced stealth vessel. "Deploy the fleet in standard conquest formation," he ordered, his crystalline form resonating with determination. "Let us see what other surprises these humans have prepared." Back on Earth, in a secure chamber deep within the Himalayan complex, Admiral Chen met with the Global Defense Council. Holographic displays showed the positions of every Arxian ship, their movements exactly matching decades-old predictions. They're following the expected protocol for dealing with resistant pre-FTL civilizations, Chen reported, just as our behavioral analysis suggested they would. Council President Maria Santos nodded. Then we proceed with Phase 3. Yes, Chen confirmed. It's time to show them exactly what humanity has been building all these years. Throughout the solar system, hidden quantum transmitters activated. Signals passed through subspace channels unknown to the Arxian Empire. In the Kuiper Belt, vast shipyards emerged from dimensional storage. Around Venus, atmosphere processors revealed their true nature as carrier vessels. Even Mercury's surface rippled as hidden bases prepared for activation. On the Hyperion's bridge, Chen addressed the combined fleet commanders, their holographic forms assembled from across the solar system. For 3 generations, we've prepared for this moment. Our ancestors understood that humanity's survival depended not just on technological advancement, but on patience and strategy. The commanders nodded. Each represented decades of secret training, specialized forces that had developed in complete isolation from the rest of the galaxy. They had weapons the Arxians couldn't imagine, tactics they couldn't predict, and technologies they couldn't comprehend. The Arxian Empire believes they're about to subdue a primitive civilization, Chen continued. Instead, they're about to encounter something unprecedented, a species that chose to hide its light until the right moment, until we were ready. In the quantum-shielded conference room, Nixval watched the deployment of her empire's fleet with growing concern. You don't understand what you're facing, she warned Chen. The Empire has conquered thousands of worlds. Chen's response caught the Arxian commander off guard. We understand perfectly, Commander. In fact, we've spent decades studying your conquest protocols, your tactical responses, your technological capabilities. Everything you're about to do, we've already prepared for. As if to emphasize her words, new sensor contacts appeared throughout the solar system. Hidden installations, cloaked ships, and weapon platforms revealed themselves in perfect synchronization. The Arxian fleet, expecting to find a primitive civilization cowering before their might, instead found themselves surrounded by forces that seemed to emerge from the very fabric of space itself. The next phase of humanity's emergence onto the galactic stage was about to begin. The Arxian Empire, in all its ancient might, was about to learn that sometimes the most dangerous opponent is the one who chooses when to be seen. The void between Mars and Jupiter erupted with energy as the Arxian fleet launched their first strike. Thousands of antimatter torpedoes streaked toward Earth's apparent defenses, primitive satellites and orbital stations that seemed helplessly outmatched. Supreme Commander Vexlar watched from his flagship, the Crystal Sovereign, expecting the swift victory. Let them witness the futility of resistance, he declared. But the torpedoes never reached their targets. Microseconds before impact, space itself seemed to fold. The entire barrage vanished into what appeared to be tears in reality, emerging harmlessly in deep space. On the Crystal Sovereign's bridge, alarms blared as sensors detected massive energy signatures appearing throughout the solar system. Quantum displacement fields. An officer shouted, "They're using technology that shouldn't exist." Admiral Chen stood on the Hyperion's command deck, watching the Arxian attack dissolve against Earth's true defenses. All fleet elements, execute Pattern Omega, she ordered. Show them what humanity has been building. Around the solar system, humanity's hidden forces revealed themselves in a carefully choreographed dance of power. From Saturn's rings, weapon platforms disguised as ice fragments activated their dark matter drives. The asteroid belt rippled as advanced stealth fields dropped, revealing massive battleships built in secret over decades. By the first light, Nixval whispered from her containment chamber, watching the displays. You've had this capability all along. Director Wong nodded. Every asteroid mining operation, every space station, every satellite, all carefully crafted facades hiding our true infrastructure. While the galaxy saw a primitive civilization taking its first steps into space, we were building something unprecedented. The Archean fleet's formation broke as human vessels seemed to materialize from nowhere. Ships equipped with quantum drives executed maneuvers that defied conventional physics, appearing simultaneously in multiple locations. Weapon systems developed in secret carved through Archean shields as if they didn't exist. On the Crystal Sovereign, Vexlar faced the first real challenge to his command in centuries. Impossible. Their technology. It rivals the Ancient Ones. Supreme Commander, his tactical officer reported, crystal form pulsing with alarm. We're detecting artificial quantum singularities throughout the system. They're using them as navigational points. The battle unfolded unlike anything in Imperial records. Human vessels demonstrated capabilities that shouldn't have been possible for a pre-FTL civilization. They didn't just fight. They controlled the battlefield itself, using technologies that manipulated space, time, and reality. From the Hyperion, Admiral Chen coordinated the solar system's defense with cold precision. Quantum AI systems processed battlefield data faster than organic minds could comprehend, predicting and countering Archean tactics before they fully form. Status report, she commanded. Phase 3 proceeding as calculated. Her XO responded. The Archean fleet is reacting exactly as our simulations predicted. Their tactical doctrine hasn't evolved in centuries. Deep within the Himalayan Command Center, the Global Defense Council monitored the battle's progress. President Santos watched as humanity's hidden strength emerged fully for the first time. Send the signal, she ordered. It's time for the rest of our allies to reveal themselves. Throughout the Archean formation, supposedly loyal support ships suddenly turned their weapons on their own fleet. Vessels crewed by species long thought subjugated by the Empire revealed their true allegiances. Multiple betrayals detected. Vexlar's officers reported in panic. The Centaurians, the Rigelians, they're all turning against us. The truth dawned on the Supreme Commander too late. Earth hadn't just been preparing its own defenses. They'd been coordinating with other civilizations, building a coalition in secret while maintaining the facade of isolation. Admiral Chen opened a channel to the entire Archean fleet. Your empire has dominated the galaxy through force and fear for too long. We chose to wait, to prepare, to build not just weapons but alliances. Today, that preparation ends your unchallenged reign. The battle continued to unfold across the solar system, but its outcome was already determined. Humanity's hidden fleet, backed by rebellious elements from within the Empire itself, executed maneuvers and strategies developed through decades of preparation. In the quantum-shielded chambers beneath the Himalayas, Nixval watched her empire's apparent invincibility crumble. How? She asked Chen. How did you maintain this deception for so long? Patience, Chen replied. Discipline, unity. While your empire grew complacent in its power, humanity understood that true strength comes from careful preparation and the wisdom to choose the right moment to act. As the Archean fleet's formation continued to disintegrate, Supreme Commander Vexlar faced a reality his species had never contemplated. Defeat at the hands of a civilization that had orchestrated not just a military response, but a complete revolution in the galactic order. The first battle for Earth's solar system was nearing its end, but it was only the beginning of humanity's emergence onto the galactic stage. The careful plans laid down by generations of human leaders were coming to fruition, promising a fundamental shift in the balance of power throughout known space. The aftermath of the solar system battle sent shockwaves through the Archean Empire. On Arxis Prime, the High Council convened in an emergency session that hadn't been called in a millennium. Reports of fleet losses and rebellion spread through quantum channels, causing panic in the Empire's core worlds. The humans didn't just defeat our fleet, High Counselor Zextur announced, her crystalline form dim with concern. They revealed our vulnerability to the entire galaxy. Meanwhile, aboard the UNDF Hyperion, Admiral Chen met with the combined fleet commanders, both human and alien. The holographic chamber displayed real-time updates from across known space as former Imperial worlds declared their independence. Phase 4 begins now, Chen declared. The Empire is reeling, but they're far from defeated. They still control vast territories and resources. It's time to show them our full capabilities. In the quantum labs beneath Luna's surface, Director Wong worked with his team to bring humanity's most closely guarded secret online. The Quantum Consciousness Network, an AI system so advanced it bordered on omniscience, had been developed in absolute secrecy. Activate Guardian, Wong commanded. The massive quantum computer cores pulsed with energy as the system came fully online for the first time. Decades of development and testing had led to this moment. Throughout the solar system, human ships and installations connected to Guardian's network. The AI didn't just coordinate, it predicted, adapted, and evolved strategies faster than organic minds could comprehend. On the Crystal Sovereign, now retreated to a safe distance, Supreme Commander Vexlar received increasingly disturbing reports. Multiple systems are declaring independence, his intelligence officer reported. The humans, they're sharing their technology with the rebels. This had been part of humanity's plan from the beginning. While maintaining their own facade of primitiveness, they had secretly contacted other species within the Empire, sharing advanced technology and helping them prepare for this moment. Launch the reservist fleets, Vexlar commanded. We must crush this rebellion before it spreads further. But as the Empire's reserve forces mobilized, they encountered something unprecedented. Human quantum technology had been secretly integrated into rebellious worlds' defense systems. What should have been simple reconquest operations turned into grinding battles against forces using tactics and technology they couldn't counter. Admiral Chen watched the galactic map with satisfaction. Begin diplomatic initiatives, she ordered. Show them the future we've been planning. Throughout known space, human diplomatic vessels revealed themselves. They carried not just weapons, but proposals for a new galactic order. One based on cooperation and mutual development, rather than dominance and subjugation. In the Himalayan Command Center, Nixval and her crew witnessed humanity's true masterpiece unfold. You haven't just been preparing for war, she realized. You've been designing an entirely new galactic society. Correct, President Santos confirmed. Military victory was never our ultimate goal. We seek transformation, not domination. The Quantum Consciousness Network, Guardian, processed information from across the galaxy, coordinating both military and diplomatic efforts with unprecedented precision. It wasn't just a tactical system. It was the foundation for a new way of organizing galactic civilization. On formerly subjugated worlds, hidden quantum transmitters activated, connecting their populations to a network of shared knowledge and technology. The Empire had kept its subject species isolated and dependent. Humanity offered them connection and advancement. Your Empire maintained control through technological superiority, Chen explained to the captured Arxian officers. We're dismantling that advantage not by hoarding technology, but by sharing it. The strategy was devastating in its effectiveness. Each world that gained access to human technology became a beacon for others. The Empire's carefully maintained hierarchy of power began to crumble as formerly helpless species gained the ability to defend themselves. In the Arxian capital, the High Council faced growing unrest. Even their own population, seeing the benefits of human innovation and organization, began questioning centuries of imperial doctrine. They're not just defeating us militarily, Zextura realized. They're dismantling the very foundations of our society. Back on the Hyperion, Admiral Chen received word that several Arxian colony worlds were requesting immediate diplomatic contact. The Empire's outer regions, long neglected by the Central Authority, saw an opportunity for advancement. Prepare humanitarian and technological aid packages, she ordered. Show them that cooperation brings greater benefits than subjugation ever did. Guardian's quantum processors calculated success probabilities and adjusted strategies in real time. The AI didn't just predict enemy movements. It predicted social changes, economic impacts, and cultural shifts. It was orchestrating a revolution on a galactic scale. Your empire's strength was based on keeping others weak, Chen explained to Nixval. Our strength comes from helping others grow strong. That's why you can't stop what's happening. Because we're not conquering the galaxy. We're transforming it. As Phase 4 continued to unfold, the galaxy witnessed something unprecedented. A revolution driven not by force alone, but by the systematic dismantling of imperial power structures through the sharing of knowledge and technology. The careful plans laid by generations of human leaders were creating not just a military victory, but a fundamental restructuring of galactic society. 1 month after humanity's emergence from the shadows, the galaxy had transformed beyond recognition. The great halls of Arxis Prime, once the seat of unchallenged imperial power, now hosted representatives from hundreds of worlds. The crystalline architecture reflected the light of a new era as Admiral Chen stood before the assembled delegates. Supreme Commander Vexlar, no longer wearing the insignia of absolute authority, addressed the gathering. For millennia, we believed power flowed from strength alone. We were wrong. In Earth orbit, the UNDF Hyperion maintained watch alongside ships from 24 formerly subjugated species. Director Wang's quantum consciousness network, Guardian, had evolved beyond its creator's expectations, facilitating communication and cooperation on an unprecedented scale. The network is stable across all participating worlds, Wang reported to the Global Defense Council. Knowledge sharing is proceeding faster than our most optimistic projections. President Santos nodded, studying the real-time data streams. And the Empire's response. Their outer worlds have fully embraced the new coalition, Wang replied. The core worlds are following, albeit more slowly. The quantum network makes suppression of information impossible. Their population has seen what's possible, and they won't go. Deep in the Himalayan command center, Nixval stood with Admiral Chen, watching the transformation unfold. The former Arxian commander had become a key advocate for change within her own society. We thought we were invincible, Nixval mused, her crystalline form reflecting the soft light of the quantum displays. But you showed us a different kind of strength. Chen smiled. Humanity learned long ago that true power doesn't come from domination. It comes from lifting others up, from building connections rather than walls. Across the galaxy, the effects of humanity's carefully orchestrated revelation continued to ripple outward. Former imperial worlds, now armed with advanced human technology, began developing their own innovations. The quantum network allowed civilizations to share discoveries instantly, accelerating progress exponentially. The age of empire is over, Chen declared to the assembled Galactic Council. But what we offer in its place is far greater than simple freedom. We offer connection, advancement, and true cooperation. On countless worlds, quantum terminals provided access to humanity's accumulated knowledge. Species that had been deliberately kept technologically backward now had the tools to advance at their own pace. The careful balance of power that had maintained imperial control for millennia had been replaced by something entirely new. Guardian's quantum processors continued to evolve, integrating the knowledge and perspectives of every connected species. It wasn't just a military advantage anymore. It had become the foundation of a new galactic civilization. Your preparation was impressive, Vexlar admitted to Chen during a private meeting. But what truly defeated us wasn't your weapons or your technology. It was your vision of what the galaxy could become. The former Supreme Commander's words reflected a growing understanding throughout the former empire. Humanity hadn't just prepared to resist conquest, they had prepared to fundamentally change the nature of galactic society. In the quantum labs beneath Luna's surface, Director Wang and his team monitored the ongoing integration of new worlds into the network. Each edition brought new perspectives, new ideas, new possibilities. We thought we were building a defensive system, Wang remarked to Chen. Instead, we created the foundation for a galactic renaissance. The transformation wasn't without challenges. Some imperial hardliners resisted change, and not every world was ready for full integration into the quantum network. But humanity's generations of preparation had anticipated these obstacles. "We don't seek to force anyone into the coalition," President Santos explained to the Galactic Council. "Every world moves at its own pace, develops in its own way. Our role is to provide opportunities, not dictate paths." This approach proved more effective than even humanity's most optimistic projections. Worlds that initially hesitated, watching their neighbors advance, gradually chose to join the coalition. The Empire's power structure, based on technological superiority and military might, gave way to a new order founded on cooperation and shared progress. As the first year of the new era drew to a close, Admiral Chen stood on the Hyperion's observation deck, watching ships from dozens of species moving through Earth's solar system. What had begun as Operation Silent Guardian had evolved into something far greater, the birth of a true galactic community. "We hid our light for 3 generations," she reflected, "not just to protect ourselves, but to emerge at the right moment, in the right way, to create lasting change." The quantum network pulsed with activity as billions of beings across thousands of worlds connected, shared, and grew together. Humanity's greatest achievement wasn't defeating the Arxian Empire. It was showing the galaxy a better way forward. In the end, Operation Silent Guardian had succeeded beyond its architect's wildest dreams. The careful planning, the years of secrecy, the calculated revelation of power, all had served to create not just a military victory, but a complete transformation of galactic civilization. As new ships arrived daily from across known space, bearing representatives eager to join the growing coalition, the truth became clear. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't in the weapons they had built or the technology they had developed. It was in their vision of a galaxy united not by force, but by the shared pursuit of knowledge and understanding. The age of empire had ended. The age of cooperation had begun, and the stars themselves seemed brighter for it.